So right after I left, I realized what my problem was. I had this code that splices in that just manually changes the score of the uh, the element that we know is supposed to win. I just look for it by its score because I don't know in Mozilla's code how to grab the ID for the element. And I was doing that down here after we had computed the list of top candidates, and I realized I needed to do it up here, higher up in the double for loop. I think that this double for loop is probably way too slow. Um, this seems like it must be quadratic worst case time, although I'm not positive because I'm honestly not really sure all that we're doing in here. But it may not really matter because it's quadratic and a relatively small thing, and the the constant is a constant, so it might be roughly constant time if you assume that there's a constant maximum. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I really meant to say is that the I'm able by forcing the score to change to get the correct result, and so I can just show you that the thing that wins out now is where I commented it out. So if I don't adjust the score, then the thing that wins out is this riflest sec thing. And if I add it in, setting what I think is the score after the JavaScript loads, then, oops, then the thing that wins out is this jig thing. And we should be able to verify that by looking at the shell code. Well, I am logging. What have I done now? I guess it doesn't like that I'm logging all this stuff. But even though it says that jig was winning out, it doesn't seem that jig won out. So let's go through and look for console.log. Yeah, something. So the just based on the running, it looks like the thing should win out, right? Well, maybe not. Did I somehow confuse myself? Or is it a problem that I overwrote? I'm wondering if the problem is that I overwrote the HTML file I was looking at. So now what's the one that wins out? And this is different now too. The first contender should be article. So in Emacs, I have the saved file, I think, after I pretty printed. And that doesn't seem to matter. Okay, so it is still pretty mysterious. I'm not sure. Not sure what's up. Oh, okay, so for one, jig is now 163. How did it become 163? I don't know. So let's change this. Yeah. Okay. So the code stopped working because I was hard coding the look for jig's score, which was 164, and then it changed. And if I download the code again, then aside from this console logging, oh, it's because I've got debug on. I assume. Okay, yeah. So if I get the score right and I turn debugging off, then it has the expected behavior. So that tells me that it's not that the score for jig is, it really is about the raw score. It's not about some boosting process or adjustment process that happens after the main loop. And so it may be about link density. It may be about something else. Maybe about the number of commas. You get one content score for the paragraph. You get points for commas. And oh, I think this is it, maybe. For every 100 characters in this paragraph. No? So in the bad universe, everything is all on one line. I don't know why this didn't occur to me, but I should have gone. I'm supposed to be doing something else right now. But let's take this. Can I go to the end? Oh, this is the end. So I'll call this jig good. Oops, not that. And it will just be the jig stuff. I guess we might as well give it a body. I don't really know how to use HTML mode. So these are meta tags. Here we go. Let's see if that actually runs. Actually, I really should go. I don't think that this way of doing things is going to be any better. But let's look again at the... Yeah, what I want is a way to grab this, is to figure out the name, the class. Hey. Node.class name. Can I just do that? Oh, okay. That was not hard. I thought I tried to get the ID and I couldn't get the ID. Maybe I was just doing the wrong thing. Can I get the ID now? I guess. I see. I can get the ID. It's just that most of the things that I'm looking at don't have a ID that I care about. For example, the div just has a class, although it should have this ID, unless this is a part of a different tag. Okay. So if the class name is this jig thing, then we are in business. Okay. And so how are we in business? We are going to here we go. All right, we're going to print out the the content score for each node. Elements to score. Inner text is this get inner text. Get ancestors. Content score. Is this the node? Element to score is the name. Why would element to score be undefined? Or did I type it wrong? I'm confused by all of this. So maybe it is undefined. What does get node ancestors do? You give it a node and a max depth. But how do you get parent node? I'm doing something really horribly wrong, but I just don't know what it is yet. We have a bunch of undefines. Maybe they just ignore them here. If not element to score a parent node. So the first thing they do is feel like I must have been inside some. I really have no idea. I don't know if this is an indentation issue or what. Let me try. I don't think I have VS Code. I have Android Studio, but I'm not sure if that's worth it. Let's try JS2. It's already significantly better. Oh, wait, what? I didn't want to do that to flexibility JS. What happened to my YYY? This feels significantly more sluggish, but at least we have better highlighting. Okay, so we can log the element to score. We can presumably log the class name. And one of those class names is hopefully this J. What was it? Jig something or other? No. So why is jig not one of the things that we score? Yeah. So I guess that the since it's just a div, it gets its score from these elements that you do want to score. And if we log them, you should see that they're all maybe text-bearing elements: paragraph, 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 paragraph. Okay, so that makes sense. And then, so I guess the difference between the two files, the good world and the bad world, has to be how the scores percolate up to the divs. And that's the structure that changes with when the JavaScript runs. So just out of curiosity, I just want to kind of get a visual sense of the distribution of these scores, the paragraph scores in the bad world. Oh, I'll save it there. That's fine. And then let's do the good world, and then I am going to go. Actually, that was jig good. Let's do so now we have some really high scoring paragraphs. So we have the bad one on the left, the good one on the right. Is that right? No, that's not right, because I think that error message was from my earlier attempt to write it. So these look roughly similar. How's it go? So we'll call this good scores .csv, I guess. And we will do the same with the bad scores. How do I export? I can't export as a CSV file? Oh, okay. Okay, so here are the in the GERD world, there's a better max score. The mean is slightly better. I don't know if that's enough difference to really make a difference. So there is just this one outlier. In both cases, and whatever paragraph that is probably the huge one. Although I don't know if that's visible from the output. This 271 so if content score greater than 200, we're going to print it out together with element2 score and element2 score ID. Okay, so the score with 271, the big scorer is the document itself, I guess. Does that count as a paragraph though? Okay, and let's also see how many, the same number of things that we've scored. Okay, so it's something a little bit more subtle about the algorithm, about how we walk up, maybe about the depth that these things are embedded in. And I don't have any more time to debug this right now. So I'm going to